Hey everybody, my name is John Finn, and welcome to an unboxing and review of a new kind of collection, Star Trek. Star Trek. I collected these figures when I was a kid, when they originally came out, their original run. In fact, the reason I asked for this one is because I have the OG one still. I actually found this in the wreckage of a barn, like a storage shed that used to be on the property where I'm living now, and it got torn off and taken to the dump and stuff, but there were still some debris left, and this is one of the figures I found. And when I saw they'd re-released him, I was like, all right, let's take a look. So what we're going to do here is I am going to get this guy out of the package. We're going to take a look at accessories, the figures and stuff or the accessories and the details of the figure itself. Then we'll move over to the light box and maybe do a little bit more of a direct comparison between the two. Fair? I think so. So I'll be right back. I'm going to cut this guy out because I want to try and keep this card intact, and we will go from there. All right, in terms of accessories, this guy came with a stand, which is pretty awesome. Not enough figures come with stands anymore. And he also came with a little tablet, a little iPad, I guess. He has a tricorder, which looks like clips to his wrist, which is cool. And finally, last but definitely not least, the good old trusty phaser. And this was basically the laser gun from Star Trek. Now, the figure himself, aside from being a lot more articulated than the OG, I don't know, he's softer. He has, of course, more articulation. He feels more adult than the OG version. Ooh, that's gross, though. Why they put all that there on the back is a little bit disappointing. That's not on the OG one. So yeah, maybe don't put the copyright information there on the back. In terms of paint detail, it's pretty good. I can see just a little bit. It looks like silver on the emblem there, but other than that, it looks fine. He's got the little cross there on the, I don't even know what you would call that piece. But it looks cool. He looks like he's from The Wrath of Khan, which is one of the best Trek movies ever. And he's got elbow articulation. He's got shoulder articulation. The legs will go in any which direction. This is a fully articulated figure. It's not, the old ones had like 5 or 6 points of articulation. So this one has quite a few more. And when we just take a quick glance at them, we can see there's some major differences going on here. Besides just the paint, like, colors, which could be because of how old this figure is, so we won't hold too much against it. I do like the head sculpt on the old one a bit better. But let's go ahead and let's take these guys over to the light box so we can take a closer look at both of them, and we'll get our final thoughts over there. See ya there. All right, so the Captain's Kirk, I mean, you can kind of see the differences between them. They're pretty dang obvious. I do like the head sculpt on the vintage more, but that's about the only thing I like on the vintage more. I think the colors on the new one are more accurate. Now, that could just be because of aging. This one has not been in a good environment for the past 20 years. But I think overall, the details, I think, are a little bit better on the new one. The only place I might give the vintage another plus is the badge on each of their vests or each of their coats there. The new one is just solid gold, where the old one has gold and some, it's hard to tell whether it's silver or white, but it also has a black star on it. So it has a little bit more paint detail on that one than the new one. But the new articulation is just ridiculous. I mean, everything is completely articulated on this guy. You can turn his head, his shoulders can come in and out, his elbows can turn, his hands can pivot and bend back and forth, his legs can do a split, his legs bend at the knee, he has ankle articulation as well. He's just a really super well articulated figure. It does make me a little bit more interested in getting into this line more, but we'll have to see. Maybe if I find some stuff on sale, I can do it. But right now, this is probably going to be the only one that's in my collection at this point. But this is to give you an idea of how the new compares to the vintage, to just give you a general idea of it. If you're thinking about getting into this line, if you want to know if maybe they would mix in with your older ones, I don't think they will very well. This is its own thing, and it's not as one-to-one as, say, Masters of the Universe Vintage to Origins is. This is definitely a different beast altogether. But I hope that answered some questions for you, and I hope you keep collecting the way you like to collect, whether that's keeping your figures mock, opening them for display or for play. However you like to do it is the right way to do it. And, you know, if somebody doesn't like that, they can just go beam themselves. Yeah, tell them to go beam themselves. Beam themselves. Beam them. Until next time, I'm John Finn, and I'm out.